Welcome to another episode of EETV, where we strive to bring you everything in entertainment. This is my Prey analysis of the new franchise film of the Predator franchise, Prey, just released on Hulu this past Friday. And like I said before, I am a smaller channel, so I'm going to give it an analysis of what was good and what wasn't good. Not more so a traditional review, but some of the things that I personally think that the filmmakers could have did to make the film better. So let's begin. Non-stop analysis Perret of Prey, 10 minutes or your money back. All right, so let's begin. I will say this. This is my fourth favorite film of the Predator franchise, and I can tell you why. Of course, the original comes number one, then Predators becomes number two when they were on the planet being hunted and they ran into Lawrence Fishburne. That's my second favorite. Third film was Predator 2 with Danny Glover playing, I think Lieutenant Harrington was the police officer's name. And this one, Prey, is my fourth favorite of the franchise. And I'll tell you why. First of all, I'll get the elephant out of the room. I do not have a problem with the protagonist being a female. Absolutely not. With that said, I think they should have written her a little bit better, because if you pay attention of how they written Nari, I mean, it's like, are you trying to make people like her or dislike her? Because how she treated her brother after he saved her from the lion, and I'll break that down. Tobby, her brother, saved her after she got knocked out, after she failed to kill the lion. He walked all the way back to camp carrying her, dropped her off, then walked all the way back out there, hunted the lion, killed the lion, and then walked back to their encampment. He did a lot for his sister. Now, I know you're saying, like, yeah, she should definitely show jealousy because she wanted to kill. But at the same time, I thought maybe the character should have shown a little bit of gratitude. And before anybody else says anything else in the comment section, hear this out. I don't care if the roles were reversed. It could have been Tobby that could have been knocked out and Nari got the kill. If Tobby would have acted the same way, her brother, I would have said the same thing. So I'm wondering what they were trying. The whole film, I kept getting the sense that they were trying to press the narrative, the whole woke narrative, but at the same time, they weren't trying to overdo it so people wouldn't be turned off, so that they were trying to straddle the fence, so to say. That's my whole feel of the movie. And it's proven in there. It's like Nari's not a super completely Mary Sue, because she receives a lot of help from people. But at the same time, like, in order to advance her forward, I think certain other things of the film should have been explained in order, to make this film just a little bit more better. But just like I said before, you can have a strong female protagonist and then not having to serve today's politics to have a good story. Just like I said in my previous videos, oil and water do not mix. So they need to stop it with that. They're ruining the story anytime they're trying to inject today's politics and social norms into a period piece sci-fi film that took place in 1771. And another thing that made that apparent, like, when the film first opens and you see someone and that someone's never shown, you just see their leg and they kick her and they walk away. I'm like, damn, what did she do last night to deserve that treatment? I'm like, I can guarantee this, most of the people who saw this film were not of Comanche descent, which means you can't sit up there as a filmmaker and say, oh, this is how they would have treated a woman if she decided to want to hunt like the men instead of taking on a traditional role for a woman back in that time in the Comanche tribe in 1771. I don't agree with them doing that and trying to press some type of narrative. Like, No, just tell a good story. We're not worried about your gender identity politics and who's right and who's wrong. Just tell a good story with good characters, and the character's gender does not matter. Okay, I got that spill out. So let's go with the rest of this. Some of the things that I had with the film was, of course, throughout the entire film, they showed the Yautja, being identified as the Pharaoh Yautja. They identified as that Yautja as being very strong, and you saw how good the camouflage was, because near the beginning of the film, you saw that not even the snake and the animals and the other animals knew that the Pharaoh Yautja was near. When you saw the snake climbing up the Yautja's leg, and he takes the double blades and stabs the snake and rips it in twain. So you're showing how good the camouflage is, that animals can't recognize it, that the Yautja is very strong because it picked up a grizzly bear, and grizzly bears are very heavy, and you saw what that Yautja did to that grown grizzly bear when Nari was trying to escape it when she was inside the beaver dam. You also saw the Pharaoh Yautja take out between 50, maybe even 60 French fur trappers like it was nothing. You just saw scenes time and time again, and then also her own Comanche braves from her tribe were taken out by the Comanche, by the Pharaoh Predator Yautja as well. So you have all these instances of showing how strong, fast, and intelligent as the Yautja is. And then when we get to the final battle between Nari and the Pharaoh Predator, the Pharaoh Yautja, then it seems like they kind of dropped the ball with this. Now, knowing this, whoever faces against a Yautja is at a disadvantage. It doesn't matter who it is. They're already at a disadvantage because the enhanced strength, the weaponry, etc. So the filmmakers having the Yautja be killed by its own weapon, that was good, because that falls in line with the other Predator films, with, the first Predator, Jungle Hunter, killed by his own bomb when Dutch defeated him. Predator 2, wherein Lieutenant Harrington, Danny Glover's character, was able to beat the Yautja, the city hunter, with that portable blade weapon that looked like a circular saw that's handmade and attaches to the hand. He did that. And how they were able to take out the other Predator, the Super Predator, and Predators. How the Yautja was killed, yes. How they went about going to do it, I think they could have did it a little bit better. Now, I'll explain here. In the final battle, when she takes the herb, the flower, to lower her body temperature, and just me, they could have taken a little bit longer to do that. Like, I don't know what herb you take, and then 2 seconds later, your body temperature is so that it can't be read. But I know they're trying to keep up the actions in the film. So, but I thought I mentioned that. So when she has the French fur trapper being laid out there, and he's being utilized as bait, and then Nari sticks behind him with Raphael's flintlock pistol and shoots it point blank in the back of the head, and then she's able to take the mask and run away. Now, what I watched this more than a couple times, after she shoots the Pharaoh Yautja and then runs away, the only thing that you see is blood spatter on the mask. There was no indication that mask was malfunctioning, and this is the reason why I said that. Now, if you go back to the scene when the Pharaoh Yautja was about to harm Nari's dog, when the dog was approaching, remember, we saw the dog in the Yautja's viewfinder. Then it locked on with the red triangle. Then afterwards, the Pharaoh Yautja raised the spear weapon. Then after he raised the spear weapon, then the targeting lasers came on within the mask before he fired and it missed. And then we saw that it went right where he was targeting with the sights of the mask. So having known all that, when the Yautja is finally killed, and shout out to the the filmmakers for making it, following its Predator 1 roots, lowering the Yautja into a trap just the way it was done in Predator 1, with the exception that, instead of him walking around it like they did in Predator 1, he was able to fall through it and fell into the marsh. When the Yautja raised the weapon and he shot and went around because it was placed to look at him, and then he was killed, I was like, what? Because through the film, that wasn't specific. Now had they shown that the mask is still able to operate and function without someone wearing the mask, then this would have been a little bit more believable. And I'm also figuring, how come she didn't wear the mask? Because it seems to me like if it's wait, no, I'll take that back. Because I know for the film Predators with Lawrence Fishburne, they had specific technology and suits made for human physiology. So if she wore the mask, it might have not worked. Now I know this is taking place before Predators, but let's just go off that assumption that if she would have wore the mask, it didn't work. So her place in there. But my thing is, they definitely should have shown that the mask could activate and work as long as the weapon was near. And that's it for me. Those are the only problems I had with the film. Them injecting the politics, and the other scene that I just explained to you with them being killed. They should have shown the mask being damaged or being able to function without him wearing it, as long as he was close with the weapon. Those are my only problems with the film. Otherwise than that, I think the cinematography was great. The acting was great. How they shown the Yautja's progression and you could tell that this Yautja was a young Yautja because he started off with lesser prey to capture. First he killed the wolf, and then the snake, and then the wolf, and then he killed the grizzly bear, and then he moved up to hunting man. So he was testing his skills. I liked how they showed that. And I liked how they were showing the strength of the Comanche Braves, with her brother. But kudos, by the way, that fight scene between Nari's brother, between Tobby and the feral predator, when he attacked it first, when he was riding in on the horse, that was phenomenal, man. That was great. That scene was fantastic, man. The only thing I would have changed with it was I would have had him maybe trying to help get her away. I mean, he told her to run, but I think they should have showed him being alive just for a tad bit longer and getting one more hit in, just because I like the character. That's all. I like that character, Tobby, and I wanted to see him get one more hit on the Yautja before he got taken out. But otherwise than that, you saw what he was trying to do, because he came in and he turned around at the last second with his bow and arrow drawn and tried to get one more shot off. But I just think that he should have got that shot off and hit the Yautja before he got taken out. But that's my own personal opinion. But otherwise than that, I enjoyed the film. You should definitely go check it out and then tell me what you think in the comments below. But going forward, I think that it'd be for not only these franchises, but everybody else's best interest. And I have to shout out to the film. I have to say shout out to any filmmaker that can take an existing franchise, any filmmaker, writer, anybody associated with a film or a television show that can take an existing franchise that's been around for over 20 years, come up with new characters, a way to introduce that mythos and new characters in there while adhering to the mythos that came before it. That is a talent in itself. Also, I would have liked it if they made Nari's character have a little bit more conviction. And I don't care if it's male or female. Look, you're going to be considered as an a-hole if you ain't congratulating somebody that's going to save your life. And some few examples, like from some of the best female protagonists out there: Ellen Ripley, Sarah Connor of Red Sonja, Beatrix Kiddo, Xena, Gabrielle, that was Xena's sidekick, Jen, that was the lead female actress in character in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, portrayed by Zhang Ziyi, Yu Shu Lien, portrayed by Michelle Yeoh, also of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Princess Leia from the first trilogy of Star Wars, and 11, the most recent example. And if you're looking for a comic books format when it comes to young ladies, Valentina Riggs from Noctera. Those are all examples of female protagonists that have flaws, but they get the job done. And not being able to be a Mary Sue, if something happens to them, they get hurt, just like any other character. People want realism within a fantasy realm, but otherwise than this film is number 4 for me. Besides the politics and those hiccups at the final battle scene, the film was okay for me. Ranked number 4 out of all the Predator franchises. Check this film out. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe if you feel like it. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.